Hey guys, how's it going? It's Thang. Welcome to another build guide video. So today in this video, we're looking at the Crusader's Roland's sweeping attack build for patch 2.5 and above. So it's been updated for patch 2.5, which means that it's actually more viable than before. You can't even do level greater 70, 80 rift with it. Well, I mean, you could if you were really dedicated, but now it's actually much easier. So the attack is actually increased from 1400 or 1500% now to 2500% weapon damage. So that's great. Anyways, enjoy the little clip and we'll jump into whatever we need to after it. Okay, I'll see you soon. Alright, so welcome back. It was actually really enjoyable this time around. I think the last time I saw Roland's was in Season 3 or Season 4, I believed. And it was really good then, but now it's actually better now. But still not as great as the Hammerden build. The current meta, but it's still fun. Anyway, so let's jump into stats priority first. So your main stat priority is going to be majorly in the cooldown reduction as much as we can, so that way we can have Akarat champion up at all times, and that is very important for survivability. Okay, next is critical hit chance and critical hit damage, and then area plus damage, and also your elemental damage depends on which sweeping attack you use. Okay, we don't really care about the attack speed on any of our items because we're going to gain them from our sweeping attack and from the Roland set. Okay, So now for our items, we're going to be using the full 6-piece set bonus of Roland's right here. So we need all of it. We won't be using the Ring of Royal Grandeur at all. So we need the full entire thing to get the 6-piece set bonus. To set, every use of Shield Bash and Sweep attack reduces the cooldown of your laws and defensive skills by 1 second. Number 4, it increases the damage of Shield Bash and Sweep attack by 2,500%. And then number 6, every use of Shield Bash or Sweep attack that hits an enemy grants 50% increased attack speed, right there, see, and 15% damage reduction for 8 seconds. This effect attacks up to 8 times, so your attack speed will increase by 250% when stacked up 5 times, and your damage reduction is going to be 75% damage reduced. Okay, so that is great. Alright, so the next one we need is going to be the Golden Flens right here. I always keep pronouncing Golden Fleece. I don't know. I feel like... Anyways, so we want this because Sweep attacks restores 6 Wrath, well, X amount of Wrath. 4 to 6, we always want to have 6 for each enemy hit. So that way that we can restore our Wrath and we can continue on doing Sweep attack. And that's very, very important because if you don't have any... If you can't do Sweep attack, you are pretty much a shark in water. Next is going to be the Denial right here. Denial! Each enemy hit by your sweep attack increases the damage of your next sweep attack by X amount, so 30 to 40%. I got the lower end of the stick as always, stacking up to 5 times. So 5 times, so it's like 200% increase in damage. That is great right there. Okay. Next we need the Endless Walk, of course, the Compass Rose, and the Traveler's Pledge. So whenever you move, you get damage reductions up to 50%, and then while you're standing still, because you are going to be standing still quite a bit, well, not that much, but you will be standing still a lot, and your damage itself is increased by 100%. Next is going to be Strong Arm Bracers. Because of certain skills we have, we might want to have different ones, like I'll show you afterwards, but mainly Strong Arm Bracers will work to increase in damage done to the enemies. Okay, if you don't want to use these, you can use the Ancient Parthen Defenders, and depending on the runes you use too. Okay, so that's why we have Strong Arm Bracers to increase in damage instead. Next is going to be Conventions of Elements to increase in damage whenever it hits, well, whichever our sweep attack rune is going to be. And lastly is going to be the Witching Hour to increase our weapon, or increase damage done. Alright, so for our legendary gems, we're going to be using the Gokok of Swiftness right here. So gain Swiftness with every attack, increasing your attack speed by 1% and dodge by X amount for 4 seconds. This effect stacks up to 15 times. And also gain 1% cooldown reduction per attack per stack of Swiftness, so that's why you use that. And then we have Bane of the Stricken and Bane of the Trap. This is but you know what I mean. It goes up there. And then for our weapon, we want to have the green gem, and then for our other sockets, we want diamond gems. Now you're gonna probably argue with me, hey Thang, why don't you use the strength gem, because it increases our damage and also increases our toughness? Well, the thing is that if you die a lot because you're using red gems, you might want to switch to diamond gems so that way you don't die as much, right? You do get a lot more toughness on the diamond gems versus the red gems. So that's really fairly up to you, if whatever you want to do. I don't really care because, you know, in the end, I think it's you that's playing it, not me. And lastly, it's going to be diamond gem unto him, so that increases our cooldown reduction. Okay, so let's hit Arcanite Cube. We want to have Archon's Addendum. I can't pronounce this one. Akarat's champion gains the effects of the Prophet and the Embodiment of Power's rune. So this is actually really, really good and very, very important as well. And next is going to be Aquila Crest. While above 9%, all damage is taken reduced by 50%. So although we are using sweeping attack and sweep attack does use Wrath, whenever we are in our Akarat's champion, we have the Archon's Addendum right there. And because we're hitting a lot of mobs, we're pretty much always going to be at full and maximum, what is this called? Wrath. Yes, full and maximum Wrath, okay? So don't worry about that there. Last is going to be the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac, because we do want to reduce all our cooldowns as much as possible so that we can spam a lot of their skills constantly. So that's why we want it there. Now you're probably wondering, why don't you use the convention, well, put the convention elements in here instead of this Obsidian Ring, because conventions does have a min and max. The reason is because the Obsidian Ring has shitty stats. versus the Conventions of Elements, which actually has stats on them. So you can roll like critical hit chance and a critical hit damage and also cooldown reduction as well. Okay, so that's why we want Conventions of Elements on here versus the Obsidian Ring of Zodiac. For our Paragon levels, just max out to 25% increase in speed. So match up this with your boots and also your compass rose as well. And then everything else into strength. Offensiveness is going to be cooldown reduction, critical chance, critical damage. Then lastly is attack speed. Defense is going to be resist all, armor, life regen, and then life. Utility, I would say resource cost reduction, area damage, and also life per hit is last. And then golden fine is last. I mean, well, yeah, sorry. Okay, so for our skills, this is going to be a little bit interesting. So depending on which sweep attack determines your elemental damage and also determines your bracers that you are going to use. So I use gathering sweep, so enemies are pulled towards you. So each enemies that are pulled also get that little knockback, which is like also knock up effect, which also triggers the strong arm bracers. That's why I have that, and it's also easier to have all the mobs pulling to you all at once so that you can kill everything all at once rather than having to constantly move here, there, and everywhere else, right? As you've seen in the video, you've seen that things are just pulled to me really easily. Now, if you don't want to use this, you can always use Holy Shock, which will, you know, give you, will heal you for every enemy hit, or Trip Attack. So each enemy's hit by sweep attack have a 50% chance to be tripped and stunned for 2 seconds. So that means that if you were using this one, you would be using the Ancient Parthen Defender, so that way you're increasing damage reduction taken. I think that's what it was. I don't remember. But like I said, each rune will determine which elemental stats you get. So, but I like Gathering Sweep because that's what we use. So our elemental damage is going to be Holy. Akarat's Champion. So Akarat's Champion, because we already have the whatever endowment in the Kanai Cube, where we already have Prophet and Embodiment of Power. So Embodiment of Power is actually really great because it increases the bonus Wrath regeneration for Akarat's Champion to 10. So normally it's only 5. That means that your Wrath Raider is always going to be super full constantly, especially with all the Wrath regen that we have. And it's very important because, like I said, when you have maximum Wrath, your Aquila Cuirass will always going to be up, which means you take 50% less damage. Damage reduction is 50%, so that's great. So those two are there. You can use either Akarat's Champion Rally if you wanted to. Using Akarat's reduces the cooldowns, remaining cooldown of other abilities if you want to use that. Or you can use Firestarter if you want to use that as well, or Hasteful. That's really up to you. I would choose Rally, probably, because we don't really need the 15% increased attack speed while Akarat's Champion is up, because we're already gaining him from like the sweep from the Roland's bonus set anyways. But that's really up to you if you whatever you want to use. Next is going to be Iron Skin with Flash. So Flash allows us to move unhindered, like those boots from Act 2 bonus thingy. I forgot what those are called again. I don't remember. So that's why we use this as well. But it's also, you know, absorbing 50% of all incoming damage for 4 seconds. Actually really great. Next is going to be the Alar. Our laws. So, 2 of them we can use. One is critical to increase our damage done, which is great. So you can use that to increase damage. The faster you kill, the faster things die. If you feel like your Wrath is not regenerating fast enough, go with Unstoppable Force. That is really up to you, but I would definitely choose critical out of the 2. And then next is going to be Shield Glare with Divine Verdict. Divine Verdict, blinded enemies take 20% more damage for 4 seconds. That's why we have it there. Lastly is going to be this rune right here. So you can use Condemn with Vacuum, so it sucks everything in. It helps your sweep attackers also to suck everything in, so that everything just dies faster, and also triggers the knockback effect of the strong arm bracers. If you don't want to use that, you can use, I think, Reciprocate. I don't remember. You can use whatever you want. Damage increase rate, no. You can probably use Judgment if you wanted to. Deliberate. You can use Deliberate. Debilitate. Debilitate. Or Resolve if you wanted to that as well. So that's really up to you for the last one right there. Whatever works best is up to you. Our passive skills, we want heavenly strength so that we can use the shield and our two-handed flail at the same time. Finery to increase our strength as well. For every gem socket into your gear, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 1.5. I can't do math. Somebody do math for me. And then you have indestructible for cheat death. Lastly is holy cause. So holy cause is only when you're using the gathering rune for sweep attack, because that's holy. If you're using, well, I mean, you can definitely use it, period, because it does increases your damage dealt by 10%. But the second part of it won't actually be active if your rune is not holy, or if your attack is not holy, because whenever you deal holy damage, you heal up to 1% of your total life, right? So that's 9. So 1% is like 9, whatever. But other rune you can use. Let's see, which rune can we use? I forgot. We can use insurmountable. Blocking attack, it generates 6 wrath if you wanted to use it. I don't think we really need to. What's it? Long arm with a lot, so that, well, it's in 10 seconds instead of like 5 seconds. You can use that if you wanted to. What else is there? I don't think that is. You can use Vigilant. You can use. I think that's it. No, that's it. I thought there was more. Oh, Renew. You can use Renewal as well. That's up to you. But I use Holy Cause because it works out pretty well. And that's it for skills. Alright, so lastly is going to be our follower. I use the Templar just because of his heal, life regen, and also, well, our resource regen as well. So I use his Immortal Relic so he can't die. Thunder Fury so that it decreases the attack speed of the mobs when it procs lightning. And then that also synergizes with where we're right here. So lightning damage has a 20 X amount chance to stun for 1.5 seconds. And then you have the Oculus Ring. So whenever you stand inside it, your damage is increased by X amount. So X amount is 70 to 85%. And also S of Johan pulls everything together wherever the Templar hits. And that's a little low chance, but whatever. It's still better than nothing. I use heal, loyalty, charge, and lastly is inspiration. You don't have to use inspiration. If you want, you can use guardian for cheat death as well. And that's pretty much it. And that is it for the guide. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love doing these guide things, you know? I miss it. I miss doing it quite a lot. Anyways, how to play? Oh, yes, how to play. Akrat's champion up. Ooh, and then go in and then shield glare, press these buttons and just smash them. That's it. Just smash, and win. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. If you like the video, thumbs up, and don't forget to press subscribe for the next video. See you guys. Love you. Bye.